remember the first calligraphy I've ever sold. This was before I met Maki Sensei. And back then, my calligraphy was raw. I mean, it had good energy, but characters were poorly composed because there was a lot of insecurities in my strokes. However, none of that kept me from brushing and giving my calligraphy away. I remember putting together a binder with calligraphy samples with words and phrases that I was comfortable brushing, and I gave the portfolio to anyone who was interested. Now remember, this was pre-internet days, and shortly after I was at home brushing my very first commissioned work. The first calligraphy I ever sold was Morihei Ueshiba's, the founder of Aikido's motto, Masakatsu Agatsu, or true victory is victory over oneself. I brushed it for a friend of mine. She still has the calligraphy frame and display in her dining room, and I cringe every time I see it. It was an early work of mine, and I can see how flawed it is, but she likes it, and even more so now, I think, because she knows it's a rare piece. Another calligraphy I remember brushing was for a gentleman at the dojo who asked me to brush something I don't quite remember. He told me he had a frame and hung in his office, which I was happy to hear. Then, sometime later, he came to me and said, you know, I had the calligraphy looked up by my Yaido teacher, and he told me the calligraphy had a lot of shortcomings. I don't know what that means. He said it wasn't good? I don't know, but maybe he said it was brushed by an amateur. The truth is that it was brushed by an amateur, me. I felt like someone had called me up on my bullshit and that my calligraphy wasn't good enough to charge money for it, which I guess it was. So I took that to heart, and it wasn't until another few years and a bunch of personal lessons under Maki Sensei that I felt comfortable to start selling my calligraphy again. And this time around, I had a website and commissions came via email. My first order was from my uncle. He ordered a calligraphy for his youngest son. This one doesn't haunt me as much though. I actually still like it. While I've gotten better with the brush, I still think it's a good calligraphy. Now, if you've been brushing for a few short years and just recently finished my online course, for example, chances are you are not ready to start selling your work just yet. This doesn't mean you shouldn't, however. I believe that selling my work is the single most important thing I do to make my calligraphy better. There comes a time when brushing just for practice or just for yourself is not enough, and you will eventually reach a plateau and stop practicing altogether. But when you have to brush something for someone else, there is a level of pressure and commitment that helps you push your skills forward. Before you embark on the journey of selling your work, realize that the calligraphy you're brushing today will look like crap compared to what you will be brushing in the future. You have to be okay with having those calligraphies out in the world and ready to haunt you in the future. You have to be ready to hear someone call you on it and tell you that your calligraphy is really not that good. But don't let this hold you back. Instead, let it be what motivates you to keep practicing and get better. If you're interested in learning Japanese calligraphy but don't know where to start, check out my Intro to Japanese Calligraphy online course. This is a self-paced online class where I teach the basics and fundamentals of Japanese calligraphy. For more information, check the link down below. If you are selling your work, I'd love to see it. So let me know in the comments where to find your work. That's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.